one. Google is on. We are live. Sam and Praveen are in the Kent Beck Scrum, which we are now doing. Well, we do every weekday, and today the weekday of choice is Tuesday. We're on Tuesday. Yes, updates from me. This morning I was into town. I had a meeting with the NHS Wiki project team, which went well. We, overviewed the report. Lots of talk about trying to improve search engine performance. They've reprioritized, and so the top feature that they want implemented is, in fact, allowing upload of PDFs and so on. So we can certainly do that for them. Yeah, and positive noises about the national group wanting to maybe use the same platform for their national activities. So, I mean, early days, but that would be we'd be very pleased about that. PDF updates. Yeah, and met some new team members, and yeah. Also, I mean, they were also interested in things that we're doing for local support, how community network, how we can embed maps, things with videos. Yeah, so good positive meeting. In the background, on the way in and the way out, I was continuing to work on the multiple repository feature for Website 1, and I am using the gem Cocoon to do that with, and I have now got that mostly working. It's all like working, and then on top of that, I've now got, I think, most of the tests working. So that might actually be ready to roll out by the end of the week. So that would be good. I've also done a premium face-to-face session with Ryder, and we're looking at Elixir Phoenix stuff, and that's fun. And now I'm just, I'm pushing out updates for the textbook to different people, and I need to kind of we've got the AV102 teaching assistant trainee course is running, and I need to work on that. NHS Wiki overview meeting coming up after this. Yeah, so kind of getting through stuff, not blocked, having quite a good time. Stamatius is here. Hey, Stamatius, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Yeah, not too bad. Good to see you. Great stuff. Glad you could make it today.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah, nice one. Excellent. Let's just go on and do a check-in with Praveen. How are things going with you, Praveen? Anything blocking you?
No. So as I've joined the course for AV169 TA on Edge edX, and hopefully I will complete the course. And after that, for website 1, I'm still I have started working on this OctoKit issue. So I made an empty repo on my GitHub and just trying things with OctoKit there.
All right, good stuff. And yeah, so that sounds great. And you're moving along and not blocked. So
no blockers. Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Okay, and Stamatios, so is this the first Agile Ventures Scrum that you've joined?
When I'm not on vacation, this should be the first that I've joined. I'm still on my holiday. I don't remember who else was. I think Praveen was with us as well. But so I should probably be the first one when not on holiday.
Oh, okay, cool. And but yeah, so you did it one time before, and you've got a vague idea of how it works. It's kind of the Kent Beck and the Modern Fallow Scrums. People can come in and talk about whatever they want, any projects, any blocks, and we just sort of keep it short and so on. But you were talking about wanting to get involved and excited to get involved in projects. Do you want to give us an update on how things are going for you? Tell us what help and support you need, if there's anything blocking you.
So, as of the local support, I want to join the local support, or I get this one up and running and get a good flow running in our projects as well. But to start with, I'm working with local support. I pulled the project down. I got it running locally. I've been syncing up every day, getting all the latest changes. And I've been looking at the pivotal tracker. I think the contribution page in order to how to contribute, but I think I'm not sure if I should just grab a task or should I just just shadow them, or
Sure.
I'm not exactly sure what.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So I mean, I think that and there's options here, which maybe, I mean, I think that's kind of our Scrum, and we're now into like having gone around and checked in with everybody. We're now into the like fixing issues thing. So there's kind of different options. Like if you're really keen to pair with somebody, then one route that you can go is checking out the existing things that are being worked on. So we've got, for example, I think as it happens, Cess has just finished this one, and there's maybe not any more to do. But you can kind of go in here and you can see, the things that people are currently working on, and if it sounds interesting to you, then you can potentially reach out to that person either by commenting in the ticket, or just that they're the same person is usually around on the same name on in the local support channel, so you can be reaching out there. I mean, you could be, for example, let's say hypothetically that I was someone, I was like, oh, that ticket, that's really interesting. I wonder how far that person has got with them. And you could do something like this. You could say, hi, and you could look for, is there a Cess in here? Oh, there is. Hi, Cess, how are things going with that? Do you need any help? And so you could be reaching out to individual people, and that's particularly if you were like, I really want to work on something with somebody, and you kind of want maybe they're already working on it, so they're maybe taking the lead on it.
Right.
If that makes sense. Now, you don't have to do that at all. Like, you could say, well, I want to work on my own thing. In which case, the thing would be to avoid the things that are occurring in here. Or, I mean, there are things, for example, like, I think this one, which it happens to be assigned to me, this is like, it's, is it Francis, or the person who actually started on this? And I don't know that he's even in here. And he's like, hasn't been around for a while. And this is one where I'm kind of, maybe we need to retire this and start again, or you could say he's particularly needs some help, or what have you. But these generally, like, they link through to, like, we can see here, the open pull requests for the project. And so he had a kind of a go at starting this, and then he was struggling with like the network caching systems we have, like VCR and Puffing Billy. So we had a bit of a chat there, but then we haven't heard from him recently. So another way in is actually reviewing all of the existing pull requests to see what different people are doing. There are kind of like two views, as it were. Each of those pull requests should be represented in active tickets here, although sometimes the link is not correct. But often we will find, a lot more discussion about the item in these pull requests. Does that make sense so far?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said, does that make sense so far?
Oh yeah. I don't want to like mess anything up, or like overstep my bounds or whatever. So I'll probably just start with like requests, and then probably trying to hook up with pair programming if I can, or and then my way along onto something independent. Again, I'm like new to this whole thing here, so I'm gonna like overstep my boundaries or take charge of something where I don't have permission to or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I would not worry. Like, if you're already thinking about that, then I wouldn't stress too much about it, since it's very open and flexible. There's not necessarily a right or a wrong way to do it. All the things are guidelines. What can be difficult is just that because everybody is a volunteer and they're in different time zones and so on, it can just sometimes be difficult to hook up with people. And anything that's in the backlog, in principle, is open for people to work on. What I noticed here, for example, actually, I think this one, I think that has been stuff. Sometimes the tickets are not updated. There's kind of like a way to connect up the pull requests with the tickets, but if they're not connected up, then sometimes, like that one there, I think that should have been, start should have been clicked on it, but it wasn't. But in principle, anything that's been voted on, so like if it's been voted on, then that's, in principle, it's ready to start. And you could, I mean, what I would always recommend is like say again, hypothetically, say that you were like, oh, I really like the sound of this thing, and I tried to talk to a couple people and I couldn't find a pair partner. I want to get started. So in that case, what I would always do is I'd grab the URL and I'd just kind of go into the local support and I'd say hi, and use something like here and say, I was thinking of working on this. Any tips? And then, if things have changed, like the client just, sent an email saying, oh, no, we don't need that, or what have you, then you're covered, right? Because basically I'm checking this pretty much every day. And as the project manager, I can always give you help and advice and support on, if you do, that would be, I might say, that would be a great one to do. But watch out for, or there's this particular tricky thing that might get you stuck or what have you. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I follow you 100%.
Cool. And then the other thing, if that's not too much information, is you might find things in here like that are not voted on, right? And you might say, and this is true then for things in the icebox as well, right? You might find something that's not voted on that you're like, yeah, I'd really like to work on that. And the deal then is that we should have a vote on it. And often a good place to start the vote is to come to the local support meeting on Thursdays, where we can vote on things. We can also do it time permitting in a Kent Beck or Modern Fowler Scrum. I think the Modern Fowler is probably too early for you, aren't they? But we have this async voter system where you can type voter, and then you can type. So we've got here like this one. Like seems like some do it ops are coming in from outside Harrow. So we've got like location issues with do it ops. And then we just grab the link there. And then, so if we do this, right, I won't do it right now unless you guys are interested in having a vote, but that would then, like a little bot will come in and start a vote, an asynchronous one. And basically we can have kind of a vote where we make sure nobody sees each other's vote until we've all voted, if you know what I mean.
I see, right.
And you can, in principle, start that anytime, as a way of alerting people to say, oh, I'd really like to work on this feature here. And this kind of explicitly solicits input from everyone on the team. How, let's have a little group think about how hard or easy this is going to be to work on. Kind of, planning poker?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's basically like a little planning poker bot.
Cool.
So, I mean, what I had, the idea is that I tried to summarize some of those ideas in this document. I guess we're still working towards how we can best, maybe we need like a short video or something that kind of expresses those things. But yeah, so, we've got a couple of minutes. If you wanted to vote on something now, just to see how that worked, we could do that. But by all means, any other questions you have, or just feel to come back to it and come into the project through whatever direction feels most comfortable to you when you're ready.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that, if it was a question or.
I was saying we could vote on a story now if you wanted to, or if you have any other questions, happy to answer them, or just that's good for today, and you can come into the project through whichever way you want whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'd like to actually look through the backlog and see on items that are already voted on, if I can try to get started on those. Yeah, I'd like to play around with the requesting a vote as well as also doing the voting too.
Sure.
As you said on the Thursday meeting. So I'll be looking to attend that as well. And I don't know if I will do anything. Something is requested of me, but I'll mostly just try to see the environment and see how things are done, and then.
Totally. Yeah. Sounds like a plan. So I think we're good. I'll just mention one thing that we do have is that in the backlog we've tried to order the things so that the highest priority are at the top. from the
Gotcha.
perspective of the client. And so, I mean, I just had a client meeting last Thursday. The video is available in the chat somewhere. But yeah, this is kind of our top priority. This feature here, 2.0. But you are not required, as a volunteer to follow the client's lead. But I think that's one of the things that makes Agile Ventures projects special, is when you've got a real client, it's the interaction between the client needs and what you happen to be interested in working on. So there we go.
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, great to see you in the Hangout, Stamatios, and yeah, feel free to drop by anytime. Particularly valuable, obviously, the local support meeting if you can make it on Thursday, but no problem if you can't.
Will do. I appreciate everything.
Good stuff. All right.
Awesome.
All right, we have a good day.
You guys too. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now, Praveen. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care.